Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Critical and welcome back to another Snapshot video for 1.17. This week we have 20W46A, and while there's not a lot of new stuff other than the only new thing is the new powder block, a lot of the textures from the previous Snapshot have been changed, so I'm going to go over those as well. I've done a little bit more setup this video. I'm kind of trying to find the balance between what I want to do here. But let's go ahead and jump in and take a look at this new stuff. So let's start with the new stuff and then we'll circle back to the older stuff. And I'm sorry if the frames are a little bad. The Snapshot seems to be a little framey. You know what? I should probably turn down my render distance from being 32 chunks. That would probably help. But anyways, so this is the only new thing that we've got this round, and you can see this snapshot, and you can walk through it. So this is powder snow. Interesting thing, this is placed with a bucket. I don't know. I like this. I don't like the sound. I will say that. The sound is weird. What is that? Oh, that's just the type of fish that I've never seen before. I was looking at it, I was like, what the heck is that? But this actually has a really cool mechanic. You actually get like a freezing effect. I don't know if this is an effect you actually like see. So I can walk on. Oh, interesting. Okay, I want to try something here. So you can walk on it, but then crouch through. This will make a really interesting like elevator type system. Obviously you can't go up, right? Like I don't think you can go here and then... Oh no, you can! Okay, so this is like basically scaffolding, but just a little slower. Let's go into survival real quick, because I believe if you're in here... Oh, it's because I have leather armor on. Hold on. Now, that's really cool, actually. Hold on, let's stand here for a little bit longer. Look on the edge of the screen. You actually get like a really cool ice effect, which I love. That's really cool. Oh, and it like messes with your like your field of vision. It, like zooms it in a little bit. Okay, let's take off some of this armor because I know this affects your freezing speed and such. Ooh, okay. So if I don't have leather armor on, I actually can't get through this. That could be a really interesting like gameplay mechanic. If you have leather, you can actually like go through. Oh, you know what? I bet, yeah, if you don't have, Oh, okay, leather boots stop you from going through unless you crouch. So you really only need the boots. But I believe there is damage that you take if you're in here too long. So let's wait for a second here and see how bad the freezing damage is. I feel so short. It's like zooming me in more and more. Look at this. Ooh, and the hearts change colors. That's cool. It's kind of slow. That needs to be sped up, the rate at which you freeze. That's something that needs to be changed a little bit. You do get kind of like a slowness. There's no actual like indicator in. It's not like an effect you can get. That needs to be sped up though, I think, the rate at which you freeze once you hit that point, because it's not really, I don't know. It's not like a risk, I don't feel like, at that speed. What I am interested in, though, it says it affects other mobs as well, so I want to put this guy in here. Oh, it has a sound effect. I don't have a weapon. Wooden... Something. Give me something. Give myself a pickaxe. Stop it. Stop. Burn. Okay. That went well. What I want to test, though, is if a horse... I'm going to have to tame this guy first, aren't I? Yeah, and I'm going to need a saddle as well. Is it going to let me tame him? If I go into creative, will it auto-tame? I don't think it does. Stop it. Let me tame you. I want to see if the leather armor for horses also prevents freezing damage. Come on. It's an 11 heart horse that I've summoned. Dang it, horse. Let me love me. Stop it. I hate horses so much in this game. Thank you. Good lord. Okay. Give at P. Saddle. I forgot to give myself a saddle. So let's put these on. I want to see if this... Oops. How do I get into my own inventory? Oh dear. I don't ever use horses. He looks cool with this leather armor on. I don't know. I don't think you can dye this, but this guy looks cool. Okay, anyways, I want to see if the horse... I guess I probably need to fully encase him. As a matter of fact, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's see if he takes damage. And I guess to compare... Oh. Okay. Interesting. I think that should be changed as well. I think that, oh, I can't click him. So he is taking freezing damage. I think that if a horse has leather horse armor on, it should get rid of that effect as well. I think this is going to kill me, so I don't actually want to do that. But I think that would be a cool feature if you could also prevent horses from freezing, as I feel like with the new mountains and stuff, horses might actually be a pretty good way to travel up and down the mountains since they're with their jumping stuff and such. So that is one change I think they should make with that. I really think this guy should not take freezing damage. Interesting though, when I'm on him, he doesn't take freezing damage, almost as if my leather armor is affecting him. But yeah, he's definitely taking damage here. So that we don't have to hear him, I'm going to get rid of all of the... Actually, I'm just going to hit him a bunch, apparently. There we go. Okay. So that's all the stuff from the new snapshot. I like the bucket method. I think that's kind of cool. I think you have to pick it up with a bucket as well, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. We have 9 buckets now in the game. Yeah, you have to get rid of it with this. I assume that's how you transfer it in survival. But let's take a look at the new textures. I think I have all the textures laid out over here for the most part. I didn't get like all the different candles and stuff. I just have the one. But let's take a look at these. So from what I understand, I guess they have a few different textures under their belt and they want to kind of test out each one. Now, I think I like this. I wish I had a way to compare the two textures. I should probably make a resource pack and like turn it on and off to compare the two textures. I really like this texture right now. I think this is really good. I don't know how much this is different from the previous ones, but I really like what these are looking like right now. These, I still feel like there needs to be, they're only going to do 4 stages, but I do still feel like there needs to be something between pink and green, just because there's just such a jump between the two. But I really like these textures, and these textures still look really good, although these don't look very different to me. That one looks different for some reason. I don't know why. I definitely like this more. I definitely like this a little bit more. I think this looks better. Again, I can't like compare. This looks a little less chaotic, which is nice. I still do like that it is kind of a chaotic texture. I hope they keep at least some of that kind of style in there. But the kind of more, I guess all 3 of these go together, so I should move this over here. I can't tell. It said calcite was another one that changed. I don't actually know if this one changed. It does look less chaotic, but maybe I'm just used to the texture now. Let me actually look. So the textures changed were the cut copper. Okay, so specifically the cut copper. So that's the same. That's why I like that texture, because that's the original one. This one changed. This looks like... I'm realizing now that this, how much this looks like purple. Like it's the same model as that, which is kind of cool. Lightning rod, calcite, amethyst block, budding amethyst block, tinted glass, candles, copper ingots, amethyst shards, and bundle items. So tough didn't actually change. I guess I'm just kind of used to the texture by now. This one changed, but I don't really know how. I do still like that texture a lot though. Whichever way. This definitely looks better than what it did before. And this is a lot more subtle, which I like, whereas before it was very, very obvious that, well, okay, I've broken it. I killed it. Before it was super obvious that that was like the budding amethyst versus the other. I kind of like the more subtle look. I think that would look better when making like a wall of it or something if you were decorating your farm that you're making. I like that a lot. So only the cut copper changed. I can't tell. I'm just realizing that I like this texture a lot because it's a nice texture, not because it changed. But let's take a look at these. So the spyglass didn't change. The lightning rod has changed. It looks smoother, I think. But I didn't really look too much at the texture of this before, so again, I don't really know how different that one is. Oops, let's put that back. The tinted glass says that it changed, but it looks the same to me. I think actually there was a line in the middle, closer to the middle instead of the edges. I do like being able to see through the most of this, so I think that was a good decision to move that to the side. I like this. Also, something I missed in the last snapshot that I never corrected was apparently this blocks light from coming through. So normally block light would be, let's see, if this were, it would be 14, 13, 12. This should be 12 block light, but it's 8 because the light from here isn't actually passing through. If you see here, it's 0, or for some reason it's 1 here. Why is it 1 here? Does this give off light? Oh, these give off light. Amethyst shards glow. That's cool. So this is 0. And normally, if you were standing at the same distance from there, it would be... By the way, I'm looking right here on the screen at the block light. It would be 12, because this is 14, so 13, 12. But if we're over here, it's actually 8. Because it's going around. So it's going 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. It's actually going around the block rather than going through it like it would if this were... And just to show you, if I put normal glass here, you can see that the block light is 12 as it would be over here. So that's pretty interesting that this actually blocks light and it's still something that you can see through. I don't think we have anything else like that in the game. The new bundle I don't like. I don't like this as much as the old tech. I don't know what that is. Oh, is that whatever's in the thing? Yeah. That's different now, actually. The display for the bundle is no longer... hold on, let's put a bunch of stuff in here. Also, I want to put, like, potions in here, and I want to see something. I don't think you can... No, okay, so you can't put non-stackable items in here. It has to be stackable items. So let's throw a bunch of potion ingredients in here or something. Do, like, 5 of these. Oh, where did that go? Okay, it disappeared. That's interesting. It's gone now. Let's just put like that, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put all that in there. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, I like that. I wish Shulkers had something like this where there was a display. Did they fix Shulkers, by the way? They did. Remember last episode they were like half open or whatever. But I wish these had the same like type of thing. If I control click this, yeah, that'd be cool. But I don't like the new texture as much. Although when there's items in it, it actually looks better. I like this. Did the previous... I don't think the previous one had an open and closed texture now that I think about it. I could be wrong about that. But I don't recall there being an open closed texture. Oops. Oh, I didn't know that did that. Copper ingot looks good, but again, I don't know what this is different from the previous one. The candles definitely look better. Before they looked like a little mouse, like a keyboard mouse. I think this looks better as a representation of this. I think the bottom of this one should be flatter, though. It's a little weird that it's kind of like an oval shape. And again, I don't know what the difference in these are. These, I don't know if the actual... I don't know if the actual crystals changed. Amethyst shard item, amethyst block, budding amethyst block. No. Okay, so the shards are actually all the same, so we can ignore those. This is actually the only thing that changed. And again, I don't know how it's different from the previous one, but it does look good. So, you know, either way. They have said, just kind of as a you know, a warning, these textures could all change again to something entirely new. They might get reverted back to what they were before, or they might stay like this. I think they're going to test out each snapshot some new textures and stuff to just kind of see what the community likes. I like what most of these look like. I don't really care for the bundle. I think the candle needs to be changed just a little bit, but overall I think most of this is pretty nice. I also think these three go a lot better together now. Like this. Let's actually find another one of the caves. Ooh, yeah, look, these glow now. I don't think I realized this before. Did they glow in the last snapshot? No, it doesn't look like that's a new thing. Wow, this is so cool. Look at this. But yeah, see, these kind of, I feel like, work better as a gradient out back to the stone. I think that's pretty cool. And I think the subtlety of where the bud blocks are looks a lot better than how obvious they were last time. A couple other minor changes. There was some command stuff, but I know a lot of people don't care much for that, so I'm not going to go over the command stuff in this snapshot because I don't think it was anything too major. The range in which a lightning rod attracts lightning has been doubled. So previously, I don't know how much this was, but if it was 32, it's 64 now. It's a much larger radius. Copper blocks are now crafted from 4 ingots rather than 9 is what I think it was before. So we can check this out. These are now 4. I think that's a much better way of doing it, simply because these are like a building block, pretty obviously. And we've never had an ore function primarily as a building block before. So if it's going to be found like that, it's going to be rare. Then it needs to be pretty cheap to make these. The sky color now varies smoothly when moving between different biomes. So I guess the sky color... You know what? This might be a Nether thing. Hold on. Nether. I always search Nether when I want to make a portal, rather than searching for these things. Let's go to the Nether real quick and see this in effect, because I think that's probably what it's referring to. So let's jump in here. Okay, so we've got kind of this dark red from this biome, and then if we slowly transition into here, oh, that is definitely smoother. Yeah, look at that. You kind of go almost to like brown or gray before going to blue that's here. Let's see if we can find one more biome and see how this looks. Just transitioning into one more. Don't actually know where another biome is. Let's go this way, maybe? This is a big crimson forest. Holy crap. Why is it so big? Oh my god. Why? Never have I found a biome that's a crimson forest that's this big. Okay, we're in Nether Wastes now. Okay, so let's look at the transition from Nether Wastes to the Crimson Forest. It definitely is smoother, like you can definitely tell. I'm gonna have to /kill myself, simply because that is gonna take too long to get back to. Other small changes. Buttons that change value, like difficulty, can now be controlled with a mouse wheel. I don't know what that means. I guess you can set certain commands to assign to buttons on your keyboard. That's interesting. I didn't know that. I could be misunderstanding that. Clicking on button that changes value while holding shift key changes to previous value. Okay. And debug world type can now be accessed while holding alt key. Oh, right. Okay. So that is a thing we actually have to leave the world to see. This is a really fun thing, and I don't think a lot of people know that this is a thing. When you're in your... none of this actually matters here. When you're in your more world options, normally if you hold shift over this, it'll change through some different like things. You can see here, super flat, default, floating island, caves. I can shift through some different ones. Now though, if I hold down alt, we can go to debug mode. So you have to hold down the alt key while you're clicking this to get to debug mode. And if you create a new world while you're in debug world type, what it'll actually do is create this is great for texture pack making specifically, but also just kind of like general bug fixing and such. If you're like a mod maker or something, this is really helpful. But basically, check this out. This is not only every block in the game, but every block state that is possible in the game. So every like pressure plates up and down, you can see this one's not active, this one is active. It's a little shorter because it's been pushed down by a player. You've got all the different waterlogged signs, you've got every single type of farmland, every single possible redstone alignment. Like basically anything that can exist in the game in a block form is here, and it goes on for ages. You can see here we've got all the copper stuff, and it's all the different like stair types, every direction, every waterlogged version. Same with the amethyst shards, same with all the candles. As a matter of fact, I think everything from like here forward has been added since the Nether update. Like all of that is Nether update stuff, except for like these last 8 rows. These are all the new stuff from these snapshots. But yeah, so if you ever want to like test out your textures or anything, or see how texture pack looks, I can example this. Let's see if I have any like major resource packs. Here, we'll switch to programmer art, which is like the old 1.8 or 1.14 textures of the game. If we switch to this, none of these will change because these are all new. They didn't actually have original textures. But if we go back over here, you can see these are all like the old programmer art, as it's called now. So this is a great place to like test out resource packs and stuff. I find if you're like not sure if you want to use one or not, go here and you can look at basically everything. Not that this has much to do with the snapshot, other than how you get to it has changed. You gotta hold the Alt key now. But yeah, so that is gonna do it for this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Let me know if you like this kind of more setup style of going through the snapshots, or if you like the kind of first reaction ones, or if you like both. Kind of let me know which one you prefer between this week and last week's. But yeah, so I hope that you've all enjoyed. Thank you all so much for watching. If you did enjoy, please leave a like and subscribe if you'd like to check out more content. But yeah, thank you all so much, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.